the music I had at my wedding, well, I just got married in August 27th, to lovely Rachel, and we had a lovely small wedding in a chapel very close to where we live, and we were so fortunate to have some lovely musicians to perform. We had David Hurley, my esteemed countertenor colleague, who came along and sang that beautiful Handel aria, Ombra My Fou, which was absolutely divine. And Sarah, his wife, Sarah Baldock, who's the organist of Chichester Cathedral, played the organ for David. Playing the organ from Exeter Cathedral was Andrew Millington for the whole service, and also he accompanied my son, Harry Parham Conley, who's a flute player, who played the slow movement of Mozart's second flute concerto, and both those pieces were performed in the signing of the register. And we had 3 hymns. They were beautiful hymns, and it was a wonderful day.
Well, I remember back to my wedding day, which was a very joyful day 15 years ago. We've been very happily married for all of those years now, and I remember very clearly the music from my wedding with friends who came up as choir members, and it was a wonderful day. And in particular, Herbert Howell's The Spotless Rose, with that wonderful baritone solo, which was sung by Tom Guthrie on that day, and the Lord's Prayer from Bernard Rose's responses. And also I was very privileged on that day that a good friend of our family, James Whitbourne, wrote a verse, a specially commissioned verse of arrangement for the hymn Living Lord Jesus Christ, you have come to us, you are one with us. It was a very joyful day, and one which I will remember forever.
At our wedding we had actually quite a lot of music. 2 musicians marrying is a very dangerous thing. We had to try and keep it from being an extravaganza of music, but we had I Was Glad by Parry. We had the Haydn St. Nicholas Mass. I think the highlight for me was, as we signed the register, Phil sang Rise Heart by Ralph Vaughan Williams with the choir and the organ. The organ was played by a wonderful organist by the name of Thomas Trotter, and the choir was the girls' choir that Sarah was then running at Winchester Cathedral, and some of the lay clerks and a lot of friends. And Phil sang Rise Heart, and I had to be nudged halfway through to sign the register because I was just standing listening to it. It was just so fantastic. We had Ubi Caritas, and we had some fantastic organ music. We had Transport de Joie before the service, along with some Bach. And at the end, really as a concession to me, we had an organ transcription of the overture to Wagner's Meistersinger, one of my favourite pieces. Hear that? I did do it.
I really gave it a cane.
Oh, it was amazing.
For my wedding, Stephanie walked into some Handel with a trumpeter. It was the Eternal Source of Light Divine, which is part of the birthday ode for Queen Anne, which has been a favourite piece of ours for a while, and we both love Handel. We also had some Rutter. We had For the Beauty of the Earth, partly because I've done quite a lot of singing for John Rutter and his choir, the Cambridge Singers, but also because Stephanie used to sing that when she was at college. We also had 2 pieces that were commissioned or written for us as gifts for our wedding. One by Philip Lawson, my colleague and friend, and another one by Barry Ferguson, who was my choir master at Rochester when I was a chorister. We had some fantastic hymns. We had a hymn by John Rutter called Eternal God, We Give You Thanks for Music, which really sums up one of the greatest loves in both of our lives. And we had Laudate Dominum by Mozart, which was soprano solo sung by a good friend of ours. It was a wonderful musical experience, more of a concert than a wedding in some ways, but a lot of fun.
When we got married we had the choir of Salisbury Cathedral and the organist of Salisbury Cathedral in, obviously, Salisbury Cathedral, and they sang Ubi Caritas by Durufle, and several other pieces which I'm ashamed to say I can't remember. It's quite a long time ago now, but we went out to that marvellous piece by Dupré, an organ piece. Again, the title escapes me, but it was a great occasion anyway.